Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, school security scare, the safety threat targeting Southeast Community College and why it's triggering a big response. And survival story, hear the details of a near-death experience of one Ohio family after a deadly plane crash hits their home. Plus, tense border battle, the high stakes on the line for Husker softball as they begin their run for the NCAA championship. But first, tonight, a serious severe weather threat coming our way as we round out the work week. It's gearing up to be a busy weekend in southeast Nebraska. Good afternoon. I'm Mackenzie Johnson. We're looking at the possibility of storms starting tonight. For the timeline on what's headed our way, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Rusty?
Kind of keeping a close eye on the potential for a severe thunderstorm watch or tornado watch in the next hour or two. Nothing out there right now. That's the good news. The bad news is that the potential is there as we head through the next couple of hours. And that's why. Right there, this is called a mesoscale discussion in the Storm Prediction Center that issues the watches. Watching this area very, very closely. And you can see we're already starting to see some showers and trying to get into the storm category here in southeastern Nebraska. This is going to evolve along a frontal boundary here and eventually sweep to the east. So this is the area we're watching very, very closely. You can see the storms trying to get going in southeast Nebraska, some isolated showers. We may hear a rumble of thunder every now and then. Outside right now, it looks like it wants to rain. Honda of Lincoln Camp at 27th and Yankee Hill Road at 95, which is a new record high, by the way. 93 in Grand Island, 95 in Hebron, but that 95 breaks the old record of 93 set back in 2001. We'll have more on the storm possibilities that go all the way through early next week in just a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Rusty. Now make sure you download our Now Local News app so you can stay on top of the latest weather changes as they happen. Here's some videos from our last big storm system with hail coming down across southeast Nebraska. We could potentially see some of this again this weekend, and we want to know what it looks like in your area. Scan the QR code there on your screen to share a video when you're safe and let us know how the storms are impacting you. Let's go ahead and take a live look outside now. Here's Lincoln Roads. This is in the Havelock area, 62nd and Havelock. Now that's always a pretty busy area of town to be driving through, but it looks like everything's moving fairly smooth on this Friday afternoon. And if you're heading home from work, looks like you're not going to be running into anything too crazy in this area. Well, developing now, a security concern shutting down all Southeast Community College campuses in Lincoln, and now law enforcement is digging for answers.
I'm Danielle De Silva, and I'm reporting from the very vacant SCC Lincoln campus. It's been closed all morning, and it will remain closed for the rest of the day, along with all other Southeast Community College campuses. Now, this is all because of an early morning threat. Now, just to be clear, the threat is no longer active. However, the series of events that took place to make that determination is quite interesting. Looks like the threat came through an online gaming chat room, and it was first discovered by the FBI. It was the FBI that then informed LPD, who contacted SCC. Now, I just wrapped an interview with an SCC spokesperson who walked me through their safety protocols, how it was all initiated, how the decision to close all campuses came to be, and what's next for the school, the campuses, the classes. That story will be on tonight at 5 and 6. I'm Danielle De Silva reporting in Lincoln for Channel 8 News.
New developments now as President Donald Trump returns home after several meetings in China. ABC's Christian Cordero has those details.
Today, President Trump arrives back to the White House, touting the past 2 days of meetings with Chinese President Xi Jinping as a win. Trump says he secured business deals with China, including the sale of Boeing jets and American soybeans, but hasn't offered specifics. Neither Boeing nor the Chinese government have commented. And on the war with Iran, Trump had hoped Xi would use his leverage to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The president now says he doesn't need that help.
I'm not asking for any favors, because when you ask for favors, you have to do favors in return.
The strait has been effectively closed to commercial ship traffic, but according to Iranian state media, diplomatic negotiations between China and Iran have allowed for some Chinese vessels to pass through. The U.S. has jockeyed for control of the strait in the 11 weeks since the war began.
The United States has moved most of its military assets to the Middle East. We have lessened our influence in the Indo-Pacific. Taiwan, of course, is a big issue for China. They like to see the fact that we have had to shift our forces away from their area of the world.
Chinese state media reports President Xi warned Trump not to interfere with China's efforts to take over Taiwan. In a statement online, Taiwan's foreign minister emphasized the relationship the U.S. and Taiwan have had for decades to protect Taiwan's independence. Trump today would not confirm the next round of arms sales to Taiwan, saying this.
I have to speak to the person that right now is, you know who he is, that's running Taiwan.
That conversation would be historic if it happens. Never in the 47 years since the U.S. set up its defense agreement with Taiwan has a sitting U.S. president spoken with a Taiwanese leader directly. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
New tonight, the Nebraska Supreme Court rules on the case of a Washington County man facing the death sentence. The justices siding with the district court's decision to deny William Collins' appeal for a speedy trial. He's accused of killing 71-year-old Linda Childers in Fort Calhoun. The alleged killing happened back in 2023. His lawyers asking the district court to speed up his trial back in 2024, but the court turning his request down last year. His lawyers then appealing that decision to the Supreme Court of Nebraska, but the justice's ruling today means Collins will continue to wait for a trial date, which has not yet been decided at this time. New details now after a small plane crashed into a home in Ohio, killing 2 people. The homeowner is now recounting what happened. Here's ABC's Alex Stone.
This is the moment caught on camera as a plane crashed into a home in Ohio.
Oh my God.
Flames erupting from the home. Fire where the garage door stood. Both people on board the plane were killed instantly.
I mean, this literally, when that boom hit, it literally shook the whole foundation of everywhere around here. I looked in the garage and it was just nothing but a fireball going on inside the garage.
We're now hearing from the family who was inside. CJ Lodato was working in his basement while his children were napping upstairs when the plane crashed into his home.
Just a loud bang, almost like a train, I guess is the best way I can describe it, kind of hit the house, and it just, everything just shook.
He immediately went running upstairs and grabbed his children, seen running outside and across the lawn with them. Once they were safe, he went back in to get their dog.
The plane going in my garage and hitting my truck instead of, to the right where I was in the basement or higher up where my kids were napping. Those are all the things I'm thankful for.
The plane's charred tail seen sticking out of the home once a fire was put out. Now the NTSB is on scene investigating why the plane slammed into the neighborhood.
Something upset the aircraft, and the aircraft was seen by credible witnesses and doorbell cameras spiraling out of the sky from about 1,000 feet, where it impacted the road behind me and subsequently struck the house.
The Lodato family so thankful to be alive. Incredibly, nobody on the ground was injured, but the home was destroyed. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
When we come back after the break, we're talking Husker softball. We're following their race for a championship in the NCAA tournament, and our sports director, Nate Johnson, breaks it all down for us. Plus, coming up new at 5, one action with far-reaching consequences. We're taking you deeper into a growing trend of swatting calls, how a local expert is linking the threats to mental health in our schools. We'll be right back. The Husker softball team starts chasing the NCAA championship today. The women are locked in for the border battle with our northern neighbors. It's Nebraska versus South Dakota in Bowlin Stadium. Let's send it over to our sports director, Nate Johnson, to see what the Huskers will have to do to win. Nate?
Hey, thank you so much, Mackenzie. Well, yeah, a big day on deck here at Bowlin Stadium. Nebraska softball starting their NCAA tournament run here in Lincoln. And what a season it's been for Nebraska softball. They come into the tournament with a record of 46-6 and a conference record of 23-1. The Huskers, of course, Big Ten regular season and tournament champions. Nebraska has won 21 straight games. Their last loss came back on March 28th, and this team is loaded from top to bottom and has proved to be one of the best teams in the country. Now, South Dakota may only be 20-34-1 on the year, but are peaking at the right time, winning the Summit League tournament to get the bid to the NCAA tournament. That's happening, of course, later on in just a little bit. 5:30 is set for first pitch. Now, Nebraska baseball also back to work today in Minnesota. They're going to be taking on the Gophers in the second game of that three-game series. The Huskers won last night 12-7 and have now won 5 in a row. So they're on a little win streak in their own right. We'll have an update on both these games today coming up in the Sports Zone. We'll see there. Already been a busy day with high school state tournaments, so we're going to have even more action later on today. We'll see you there. For now, Mackenzie will send things back over to you.
All right, thank you, Nate. Now, during each of the Husker softball games in the tournament, our sports team is sending in updates. Scan the QR code there on your screen and download our Now Local News app to watch exclusive content from the Huskers' run in the NCAA tournament. Plus, if you're away from your TV, that's the best way to find out how the team is doing. Well, now to a severe weather alert that we're tracking tonight. Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins has the details for us. Rusty?
This is really just the very beginning of a very long stretch of severe weather potential all the way through the weekend and into next weekend. What's happening tonight likely won't be the worst of it. We're looking at Sunday and Monday as the 2 days that are probably going to be the roughest in and around the Nebraska area. So we'll get to that eventually. But what's happening out there right now? A couple of areas of scattered showers, a rumble of thunder every now and then. We're going to zoom in here right there between Lincoln and Bennett, far southeast Lincoln, as you get towards Highway 2 here. Just one bolt of lightning. So things are starting slowly, but they're starting. A couple of spot showers here between Wilbur and Tobias, just southwest of Crete. A couple of light rain showers between Lincoln and Crete along Highway 77 here, and then up to the north and west of the capital city between Ulysses, Stromsburg, just north of York. Nothing severe yet. We're waiting to see if a severe thunderstorm watch or a tornado watch is issued. It could be from right here, which is Albert Lee, down to Lincoln. This area right here is being monitored for the potential for some strong to severe storms, and we may see a severe weather watch eventually. But just kind of looks ominous outside, doesn't it? A mixture of clouds and a little bit of sun and some raindrops every now and then as everybody heads home for the weekend. And my week seems like it's just getting started with all these severe weather potentials. But ABC Seamless at 48th and Cornhusker Highway. Precipitation, okay, the good news is we need the rain. Bad news is it might come with some severe weather. But look at this. We're at 4.08 inches so far. Well, we're about 4.05 inches below where we should be, which is 8.13. So we've seen about half of what we usually see by this time. Temperature-wise, goodness sakes, we bumped up into the middle 90s, a record high for the day, 95. Yesterday, we were in the lower 80s, and I thought that was warm, but goodness, middle 80s, middle 90s. I can't even say it right. New record high for the date, 95 degrees, breaks the old record of 93 set back in 2001, so 25 years ago. 92 down to 80 by 8 p.m., especially if those storms roll through, 75 by 10 p.m. and 70 by midnight. The cutcast for Lincoln probably poor. Yeah, not good. Don't look at that. Wasn't able to update that one. Satellite and radar just waiting for the chance for some severe thunderstorm watch or tornado watch to be issued. So we'll keep an eye on things. We'll keep you up to date.
All right, thank you so much, Rusty. Now for another live look at streets here in Lincoln. Now this is Antelope Valley and O Street, so obviously a huge intersection. A lot of people moving through here. Maybe it looks like a couple And maybe I'm seeing that right. It looks like some raindrops coming down on these traffic cameras. Well, if you're heading home from work tonight, hopefully you can avoid the worst of the storms, but it looks like you're not going to be running into any traffic so far. Time now for a look at what's trending at KLKNTV.com. Here's Channel 8's Mark Fisher.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Mark Fisher, and we're back with another segment of what's trending on KLKNTV.com. First up, the Otoe County Sheriff's Office is investigating a rollover crash in southeast Nebraska on Wednesday. Just after 11 p.m., the Sheriff's Office, along with the Talmadge Fire and Rescue, was sent to a single-vehicle rollover crash on Highway 67 north of County Road R near Talmadge. When the first responders arrived, they found 41-year-old Anthony Collins of Lincoln pinned in his pickup. Authorities said Collins had to be extricated from the car and was taken to a Lincoln hospital in serious condition. As deputies were investigating the scene, they found 44-year-old Brent Schleicher of Lincoln had been ejected from the pickup. He was flown from the scene to a Lincoln hospital in serious condition. Also getting clicks, a third-grade student at Everett Elementary School was sprayed with pepper spray by another student on Wednesday. After school on Wednesday, Mike Long, the school's principal, sent a letter to families detailing the incident. The school said a student sprayed another student with a keychain-sized pepper spray that had been brought to school by another classmate. Long said they immediately evacuated the area, and health office staff evaluated the student who was sprayed. The school said the student responsible has been identified and will be facing appropriate school consequences. You can read about these stories and much more on our website at klkntv.com, but for now, we'll see everybody next week with more trending stories.
Right now, families all over the country are witnessing a big rise in the cost of food.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Andrew Ward. New data is exposing the details of rising grocery costs. The Labor Department's Consumer Price Index is showing food at home costs have risen almost 1% just in the month of April. That marks the largest monthly increase since 2022. This video was sent into our Now Local News app showing citizen journalist Melanie showing increased milk prices. She's saying this is the second time this month she has seen that cost rise. That data from the Labor Department diving into areas we're seeing the most change in. For fruits and vegetables, there's an almost 2% increase in cost. And though the department's meat, poultry, fish, and eggs index, prices rose a little over 1% over the last month of April. Beef rose almost 3% in that same time frame. Higher gas costs and small cattle herds are all contributing to those changes.
Also right now, former Lincoln Lancaster County Health Director Pat Lopez is being honored for her dedication to the community. From now on, when you walk through the doors of the health clinic, her name is the first thing you'll see. Mayor Larian Gaylor Baird joined by Lopez's family and former colleagues this morning, unveiling the Pat Lopez Health Clinic to the public. Now, Lopez passed away in March of last year after a battle with an undisclosed illness. She was the health director that led the city through the COVID-19 pandemic. But more than that, they say she was an advocate for accessible and affordable health care for everyone.
Pat's selfless leadership saved lives. So today, we honor her for all she did. We pay tribute to that exceptional service by naming the health clinic in her honor.
She worked with the department as a public health nurse for 29 years and then became the director in 2019. Coming straight ahead, a teen game with serious risks, the frightening incident involving a high school student and the police, and why it's reigniting concerns about the game. Plus, we have many more stories coming your way on Channel 8 tonight, including how Nebraska farmers are battling a persistent drought problem. We'll be right back. Now to a popular high school senior prank, which authorities are calling dangerous. The game is gaining popularity all over the country, and police say it looks harmless, but could end up being deadly. Here's ABC's Hannah Battah.
This morning, authorities are warning teenagers after a popular game nearly turned deadly. This is the moment an officer near Flint, Michigan, approaches what he thinks is a burglary in progress, only to be suddenly sprayed by a squirt gun.
Hey, what, dude? Sorry. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
In an instant, the officer holds his fire.
He was ambushed by a kid with a water gun. He would have had every right and been justified if he did pull the trigger.
I'm looking for people stealing cars.
Oh my God, I use how sorry I am.
The teen was participating in what's known as Water Wars, or Senior Assassin, a game that's become popular on social media. Players pay into a cash pot and eliminate classmates with water guns. The last one standing wins the money. In this case, police say the encounter came dangerously close to tragedy.
This could have been tragic. He had a millisecond to make a decision to shoot or not shoot, and he made the right decision.
His family should be planning a funeral right now.
What may seem like harmless fun is raising concern across the country. In New York, one high school was forced into a lockdown after a 911 caller mistook a toy water gun for a real weapon.
I hate to say it this way, but it's not acceptable. You know, you can't have kids running around with guns that look like guns.
Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
Now, before we leave you this 4:30, let's get a final check at the severe weather potential for this weekend. Rusty, I know you've been keeping track of it all day. What's it looking like?
Yeah, and today is just the beginning, really. We are going to have a chance tonight, and then tomorrow, and then Sunday, and then Monday for severe weather. So just keep your guard up for the next several days. Now, storms are starting to form in southeast Nebraska right now. Nothing severe yet, a couple of rumbles of thunder every now and then, but this is just the beginning. We're kind of watching this area right here to start filling in and eventually see some strong storms. But right now, just much needed rain. I mean, we'll take this all day long if we can just avoid the severe weather. But we have had a couple of bolts of lightning. You see that flash right there. See how quick that was? In southeast Lincoln. I know my wife is at home in southeast Lincoln. She said she heard rumbles of thunder. So there you go, confirmation. But keeping an eye on these storms tonight. Here we go. This is what Stormcast has. Watch this. See, these storms really start to balloon up between 6 and 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and then they try to push off to the north and east, but they're not done yet. They will continue to try to fill in. See how they do that around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock tonight, and then everything pushes off to the east as we head into the overnight. So again, there's more rounds on the way. We'll detail that at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock tonight.
All right, thank you so much. Definitely some much needed information, Rusty. That's going to do it for Channel 8 News at 4:30. Rod Fowler is coming up next, along with our team of reporters and our citizen journalists. That's all in just a few minutes, so don't go away. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Locally
Trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 5.
We begin tonight getting you prepped for the chances of severe weather. We are taking a live look through our Honda of Lincoln cam. You can see the clouds increasing as they're rolling into town, a little bit darker than usual. Round one of what could be a hectic weekend of weather. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Friday night. I'm Rod Fowler. We want to get you ready. The next 3 or 4 days could be stormy, and it could start tonight. When should we be ready for those to roll in? Let's check in with Rusty. Rusty, some people are getting rain right now, right?
Yeah, there's some blips on the radar. Nothing severe right now, but the potential is starting to increase as we head through tonight and into, well, the next several days. But for tonight, we have this in place. Just some light rain right now, but we're watching an area. I'll show you that here in a second. First, let's kind of take a look at this much-needed precipitation. Look at that, a bolt of lightning, a couple of bolts of lightning now just happened in the very far southwestern corner of Cass County, just south of Waverly there near Eagle, as that storm rolls off to the north and east. Now things are just starting to get going, and I'm going to zoom out here and show you the area that's being monitored for a severe weather watch. It does include Lincoln and Omaha and Fremont, up towards Norfolk, and then all the way into Iowa and the very south central part of Minnesota, which includes the town of Albert Lea, right where those two interstates, excuse me, cross. But we're in this area, and no watch is in place yet, but they've got an 80% chance that we will see a watch eventually. We're looking outside right now, kind of ominous looking, a few sprinkles, a few bolts of lightning every now and then. Temperatures dropping from the 90s into the 70s by 11 p.m. Beatrice, just a lot of sunshine for now, but like I said, things are likely going to change. We'll talk more about that chance coming up in the full forecast.
All right, thank you, Rusty. And with those storm chances comes the potential for damage across parts of Nebraska. If you are hit with strong downpours, winds, or any storm damage, send us your photo and videos through the Now Local News app. Your submissions help us see what you see, and they also keep other viewers informed throughout the night. Just scan the QR code there on your screen. And breaking right before we came on the air, Lincoln police telling us that they found a suspect linked to a string of burglaries. Channel 8 cameras captured a man leaving Romantics last month following a suspected burglary there. Lincoln police say they've now arrested him for that break-in and 5 other cases across the city. They say 34-year-old Clarence Wilson used rocks and concrete to break into businesses, stealing things like cash, sports cars, sports cards, and jewelry. Investigators say items from all 6 burglaries were found inside his home. Developing now, a sense of relief tonight following a multi-agency investigation. Southeast Community College is trying to return to a sense of normalcy after an online threat. We have been asking questions about the origin of the case, and Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva is on the campus now after speaking with an SCC spokesperson. Danielle, what can you tell us right now?
Rod, it's a very vacant scene here at the SCC Lincoln campus. I've actually never seen it so empty before, and it's all thanks to the quick thinking of the school's critical incident team, meeting just before 7 a.m. after they learned from LPD of some concerning comments made on an online gaming platform. And those comments first discovered by the FBI.
Received the news early this morning from the Lincoln Police Department directly. FBI tracked that.
Seth Miranda, communications director for Southeast Community College, says shortly after, school officials deciding to close down all SCC campuses and learning centers while an investigation began. A decision they say was made in an abundance of caution.
So we did not have reason to believe that something was actually on our campus that was a threat. It was more of a threat outside of the campus coming in. So Lincoln Police Department and our security teams really quickly monitored entrances, anybody coming and going around the area.
We use an alert tool called Regroup to get the message out and put flyers on the doors. A few students arriving to campus were greeted by staff and informed of the closure. As for those comments that the FBI first noticed,
FBI was out there watching this online communication chatter, and they're the ones that brought it to the attention of everybody, right? It wasn't a threat that was made directly to us. We did not receive such a threat on our campus. It was the good work of the FBI and the Lincoln Police Department.
LPD reports they have identified the individual responsible and vetted that person. No arrests have been made at this time, and LPD is determined that there is no active threat towards any SCC campuses, staff, or students at this time. In light of this news, as well as the recent increase in swatting calls across the city, all schools like SCC have their guard up.
About trying to make sure we keep everybody safe and everybody off campus. So regardless of how that information comes to us, I think our operations are very similar in both situations, and we'll act as quickly as possible on all of those things we need to do.
Miranda confirms that all campuses will be back open tomorrow and it's back to business as usual. Now, I did reach out to the FBI and to LPD regarding what gaming platform those comments were made on, but I did not receive an answer. I also asked the police why the suspect that made those comments was not arrested, and they said the comments, there was no credible threat, and declined to give any further details. Reporting from SCC Lincoln Campus, Danielle De Silva, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you, Danielle. This so-called online threat at SCC comes at a time when there's a growing surge of swatting calls here in Nebraska and all across the United States, often coming in clusters. And experts are saying that these fake threats have real consequences. Channel 8's Meg West, who joins us in the newsroom now with a look into how these threats are impacting the mental health of students and staff. Meg?
Yes, good evening, Rod. Listen, these fake threats trigger real responses. They're weaponizing the fear surrounding school shootings while taking away vital resources like law enforcement and first responders from actual events. These false alarms causing real harm. While these threats may not result in actual physical harm, the constant fear of a threat has far-reaching psychological impacts on students and staff. The growing trend of these hoax calls leading Governor Jim Pillen just last month to sign a law making swatting a crime. I spoke with a professor at Columbia University who said that repeated exposure to these threats is causing mental and social harm.
That sort of repeated exposure to threats, to emergency procedures, can normalize a chronic sense of danger for both students and staff. I think there's this assumption that kids in particular might just get used to this kind of violence, anticipation of violence, but adapting to that is not the same thing as having resilience or being able to developmentally cope with that. And
she adds that research is increasingly suggesting that living with ongoing fear of violence takes a physical and emotional toll.
That anticipation of violence does shape their perceptions of safety. It impacts their mental well-being, maybe not in a long-term chronic way, but it certainly contributes to elevated levels of stress and anxiety. When we think about how we keep our kids safe, again, it's not just about the safety in that moment, but also how kids are approaching and experiencing school overall.
For parents helping their children cope in the aftermath of these incidents, she said keeping the lines of communication open at home and creating space for them to share is key, adding that communication between schools and parents is also vital. Rajan says that the focus should be on treating the root causes of these violence well before any threat arises. In the newsroom, Meg West, Channel 8 News.
Thank you so much, Meg. Hey, it's game day for Nebraska softball. Their NCAA tournament journey begins here in Lincoln. The Huskers hosting their first regional since 2013. And joining us now from the stadium is Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson. Nate, we are still 20 minutes or so from the first pitch. Can you describe the scene a little bit there?
Yeah, thanks so much, Rod. Well, exciting day here at Bowling Stadium. You can kind of feel the electricity within the fans already. This is a big day for not only this team, but also, as I just mentioned, for the fans who are looking forward to watching some NCAA tournament volleyball in their home city, in their stadium. And speaking of this matchup, let's talk about it a little bit. Nebraska and South Dakota. Nebraska has won, get this, 21 straight games. Their last loss came back on March 28th. And this team is loaded from top to bottom and has proved to be one of the best in the country all season. South Dakota may only be 20-34-1 on the year, but are peaking at the right time, winning the Summit League tournament to get to the big dance, if you will. And what a season it's been, though, for Nebraska softball. They come into the tournament with a record of 46-6, a conference record of 23-1, and the Huskers, of course, Big Ten regular season and tournament champions. The first pitch is roughly set for 5:30 p.m. We'll have an update on that on our Now Local News app, so stay tuned for that. We'll have an update at 6 in the Sports Zone, and, of course, a full recap tonight at 10. For now, though, reporting in Lincoln, Nate Johnson, Channel 8 Sports. Rod, we'll go ahead and send things back over to you.
Thanks, Nate, and make sure to follow him along as he keeps us updated all throughout Nebraska's tournament run. Just scan the QR code there on your screen and download the Now Local News app. Additional arrivals as 2 more passengers from that cruise ship are now at National Quarantine Unit. The CDC talking just hours ago about the high-risk contacts and the 42-day monitoring process that is now underway. According to the CDC, people who may have been exposed to the hantavirus are being asked to limit contact with others for 42 days. As officials monitor those who were on the ship or sat near infected passengers during air travel. Health officials today stressing one particular point.
Clarify, there are no cases of the Andes strain of hantavirus in the United States. As I've said, hantavirus is a well-understood pathogen. The Andes virus, which is a strain of hantavirus causing this outbreak, is the only known hantavirus to spread person to person. Please know that we have established response protocols and we are executing them. I also want to note that other hantaviruses, particularly the nombre virus, naturally occur in the United States.
Now, testing is only recommended for people who are showing symptoms. Stay with us. We have plenty more coming up after the break. Fierce flames, how crews are making progress on the ash pole fire in western Nebraska. And coming up all new at 6 o'clock, remembering the fallen, including Trooper McCasey. What the Vice President says about those who sacrifice so much in the line of duty. We'll be right back. New developments as a fire burns in western Nebraska. Tonight, crews are gaining ground. State officials say the ash pole fire burning in western Nebraska has now charred 1,100 acres in Dawes County. They provided a map of where exactly it's grown, burning in the Nebraska National Forest. That's about 10 miles southeast of Crawford. Officials say crews held containment lines overnight, and the fire is now 47% contained. More than 100 personnel remain on the scene. And as crews battle wildfires, Governor Pillen has reissued an executive order to help ranchers impacted by the fires. It relaxes rules for commercial truck drivers who are hauling supplies, including hours of service, load limits, and weight restrictions. The order will remain in effect through June 14th. Well, right now, the drought is weighing on some Nebraska farmers. They're feeling left high and dry due to a lack of rainfall so far this year. And with some telling Channel 8 they have to make some tough decisions regarding their crops and cattle. Channel 8's Jake Holman joins us live with an up-close look from the perspective of a farmer here in Nebraska tonight. Jake, what are you seeing?
Hey, good evening, Rod. I want to draw your attention to the screen here. What I have in my hand is a very small, tiny soybean seed. This is one of many seeds that never made it up out of the ground due to the severe dry conditions. Now, right now, 2/3 of the state in Nebraska, well, it's an extreme drought. It's costing farmers dollars, time, and potentially cattle. Larry Huggins, who I talked to today, has hundreds of acres of land in Malcolm, says this drought is the worst he's seen since 1950. Pastures are deteriorating, his crops struggling, which could force him to have to replant, which again would cost a lot more money. Due to the dry heat, though, the potential rainfall is even more valuable at this time of the year, saying this is much needed.
Not only would we call a rain this weekend $1 million rain, we call it a multi-million-dollar rain. Rain is our lifeblood. This area of Lancaster County, we really do not have irrigation. Basically, we're dryland farmers, and what we get from up above is what we have to live with, and good Lord, give us what he can.
Now, other farmers also tell me this is their livelihood. And again, they are really hoping for that much needed rain. Now, according to Huggins, there's a chance he could end up having to sell 1/3 of his cattle. Of course, with no pastures, he wouldn't have anything left to feed them, which is all the more reason Huggins and several other farmers across the state are hoping these conditions improve sometime soon. For now, though, reporting live here in Malcolm, Jake Coleman, Channel 8 News.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Seconds ago, literally seconds ago, severe thunderstorm watch in place through 1 a.m. This is how fast I had to put this together. This looks cattywampus to me, but there's your information. This severe thunderstorm watch does include the capital city, also includes Seward, Saline County, and then over towards Otoe County. Let's see, Cass and Sarpy County, and then areas north and northeast. We're kind of the starting area for it. We're seeing storms out there right now, but a severe thunderstorm watch just issued for much of eastern Nebraska. Doesn't include Beatrice, but it's close. More on that in a second. First, record high today. Lots happening. I have 4 minutes to tell you all of this stuff, and there's so much. I'm probably going to go 415. You just wait and see. 95 degrees, the high today. 93 was the record. It's actually 1944 and 2001. Lots of cloud cover out there right now, but we have some storms. That's our Barry Law Cam, but we're at 92 right now in Lincoln, 89 in Omaha, 91 in Columbus, 91 in Beatrice, 95 in Grand Island, and we were at 95 in Lincoln today. The wind kind of starting to switch around. Notice it's out of the south here, but out of the north here, there's a frontal boundary right here. And that is going to give us our spark for storms. In fact, it's already there. Look at this storm already starting to increase in intensity. Would not surprise me if Cass County gets a severe thunderstorm warning very quickly. Look at this, from Ashland to Elmwood. You can barely see it. It's just right over the top. Lincoln, very close to some showers and thunderstorms as well. But these are the two strong storms right now that in a matter of like 10 minutes ballooned up. Zooming all the way out, it's this area right here that we're kind of keeping an eye on. So from Albert Lee all the way down through Omaha and into south central parts of Nebraska, but that severe thunderstorm watch in place for these storms, and they're eventually going to push to the north and east. So with that in place, the slight risk is there, but we already have a watch. So this is basically null. The chance for large hail on the Brown area, up to an inch. And I think everything is going to be a little bit further this way. An inch to an inch and a half in the yellow shaded area, then over 2 inches a possibility in that red shaded area. Tornado, it's a possibility where that watch is at. Usually when it's just green, it's one of those quick spin up tornadoes, and then damaging wind up to 60, maybe 65 miles per hour, a possibility with those storms. So here's kind of what's going to happen. Now we know those storms are right here, right now, but this is kind of a general overview of the what's going to happen with the storms. Notice this is 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, now 9 o'clock, still out there. So this isn't they start and then just move off quickly to the east. They keep trying to reform further west. Notice this 11 p.m., still some storms out there. And it keeps trying to form along that frontal boundary until it finally moves to the south and east. By midnight, still some storms out there, and that continues through 1 o'clock in the morning. I think after midnight, we should be about done. Now, that's tonight. Let's go forward to Saturday. Another very severe weather possibility with I'm going to back up here so I can show you what there we go. A level 3 enhanced risk from about Kearney West through North Platte and McCook. Level 2 for everybody else. What does that mean? Very large hail in that area. Most of us not everybody's going to see hail, but the chance is there for 1 to 2 inch in diameter hail, maybe bigger in this area. Decent tornado threat in southwest Nebraska, and a damaging wind threat as well. And then Sunday might be the worst out of the whole bunch. A big area of a level 3 enhanced risk for much of the state, and then another chance in eastern Nebraska on Monday. So severe threat tonight, tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. I'll try to go through this quickly. This is for Saturday. Look at these storms. This is 11 p.m., midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then they should be out of our hair by about 3 o'clock in the morning Sunday. Rainfall, this might be the good part of everything. We might see some decent rainfall. Okay, quickly, temperatures tonight 60, highs tomorrow right around 90. The next 7 days, we eventually cool off after storm chances Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
All right, thank you, Rusty. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. Stay with us.
Tonight.